Everyone, today I'll be giving you a quick walkthrough on how we can create a Google Sheet and also write data to it using a script which you have deployed in a EC2 or a Fargate instance in AWS or could be in any other cloud provider of your choice. So this video is especially useful if you're working in an organization and you've written an automation script to create a Google Sheet and if you're stuck somewhere getting some kind of errors, right? So before going into the actual code details, I would like to introduce you to two concepts. One is service account and the other is domain-wide delegation. So in Google, we can create two types of account. One is an user account, which is basically created by a human like you and I. And the other is a service account, which is basically created for a bot or some kind of automation purpose. So let's say in this case, I want to create a Google Sheet with the script that is deployed in the cloud. So in that case, I cannot give the, I cannot give my credentials, I user credentials to do the actions. So in that case, I'll be using a service account credentials as a proxy to do some things for me, to do some automation activity for me. So that is where the domain-wide delegation comes into picture. So domain-wide delegation tells or basically gives the privilege for a service account on behalf of a user account to do some actions. So in this case, our action is to create a Google Sheet or add some worksheets into that Google Sheet and write some data to it. So these are the steps on how we can create a domain-wide delegation for a Google Cloud project that you've created. So you can just, if you're working, for example, in this case, you're working for an organization, right? You would just go to your IT admin and give him the steps and then he will just enable the domain-wide delegation for the Google Cloud project that you have created. So there are two prerequisites. As I mentioned, you will need to have a Google Cloud account and you would have had to create a project and add the domain-wide delegation authorization. So I'll quickly show how my Google Cloud Console looks like. So this is the project that I've created and this is a service account that is associated with it. And these are the credentials, OAuth2 credentials that I've created. So you can as well create on your own. And we need to provide two services access for this. The first one will be the Drive Service API. So which is this one. So in my case, I've already enabled it. And the other one is the Sheets Service API, which is this one. So I hope it is clear until this step. I will be giving all the necessary information and the links that is required for you to get to until this stage. So let's now do a quick code walkthrough. So I created a simple script. There's a function here which basically takes in the rows. The rows comes from business logic. This is nothing but the CSV data that you're going to append. So the first row will basically contain your headers, and then from the second row till the nth row, you'll have all the data that you need to append. And then the user email. So in this case, it can be, like john@xyz.com. Then we'll need to provide two scopes. One is the scope for the spreadsheets and the other is for the drive. And then this is the part where you create the service account info credentials object. So here it takes two params. One is the service account credentials. So this credentials, I've already showed you where you can get it from. It contains details like the client ID, the client secret, the password, and the login URL, right? Whatever that is associated with the client ID for that particular service account that you've created. Then next, this is a very important piece of code. So here we are creating a delegated credentials object, which is basically obtained from the creds object created above. We are saying that give the subject tags the user email. So here is where we are providing the authorization, right? Giving the service account the authorization on behalf of the user email to do some actions. And then once that is done, we create a Google spreadsheet client object. And then the rest of the code is basically we're trying to create a spreadsheet, a test delegation spreadsheet. And then I'm creating a worksheet. In this case, it is a test worksheet. And then we're just writing all the rows that you need and then returning the spreadsheet object to the business logic. I also wanted to look at this line. So in this case, I've just pasted the credits directly. But if you're running the script in the cloud, then it's better to keep it in some kind of secure storage, let's say SSM or parameter store, right? Now, So once you run the script, once you log into that, your user emails Google Sheets, you should be able to see the test spreadsheet that you created. So I've already run the script. So let's look at my Google Sheet account. So yes, this is the sheet that was created as part of the script, and then I can see all the data here and the test sheet that has been created, right? I hope you like this video. I'll be giving the link of all the resources that you need to perform this action. And yes, cheers. Let's see. Let's meet again in the next video. Thank you.